I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yes.
Let's watch Julian panic together.
Yes, excellent. I'm very much a fan. I raise an eyebrow. He's not wearing a mask here, and everyone seems to know him. Which is, I suppose, fitting. Because, he doesn't fit in otherwise. When he wears the mask, it's terrible. He should really, honestly, go without it more often. He just doesn't look very good with it. He doesn't know how to flaunt it. He's bad at it, and I don't like it.
Also, it doesn't match his black uniform.
Right?
It would look way better with, Valdemar's.
Right?
It would. I do still love the bells up on the top, suggesting this is a seedy underground bar where they suddenly just do bing, 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 everyone out, and everyone flees, and then the guards walk in and go, I thought some shit was going on here. Bartender just watching.
Was that in the original?
I thought so.
I don't remember that, actually, but it might be because I wasn't paying attention, because I was very focused on being like, all right, I could do this. And also, it's very overwhelming, honestly, to begin with, and there's some things you just don't notice.
I thought it was, but I could be wrong, but I think it was. I just wanted to point it out.
That's actually really cool, though.
I still enjoy the art. When our bird boy comes in and goes, Brack! There's also a bling, 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 bling.
Right? You're not worried about being seen? I would never go out being seen like that.
Yeah. Alone with your face.
Please, dear God. Folks around here are known to oblige the wants and wishes of the palace, because, all cops are bad.
You mean like I'm doing?
Eh.
And directly working with the palace?
No, you're not a cop, though. You're more like a detective. What are you, actually? You're more like,
a magical
PI. Body. A magical investigator? More like a bro. A homie. Someone who won't turn me in without hearing me out. Yes! Exactly!
I'm not your friend.
Honestly, I'm not your friend. I'm not really anyone's friend. I just like pretty. Even the Raven, since his time scouting for guards, obsessively. Whoa, that Raven is a little bit, on the top tier of, paranoid. But honestly, being in that position, I totally understand it. It makes a lot of sense. In fact, I feel a lot of kinship with the Raven.
Because
why are you touching me?
Are you sorry. Reaches around and puts an arm around it. Yes, this thing. Corazón, excuse me. Him. Oh, shit.
I'll drop it. Sorry.
Also, I love this idea of going, anytime he's not doing that, he's flying into windows, trying to deliver notes like a messenger pigeon.
I totally got it. Honestly, though, I think that's really unfortunate, because a lot of, ravens are really clever. You're more inclined to run into, honestly, a pigeon that possibly is going to run into something.
Or sparrow, or robin.
Yeah.
Rather than a corvid.
Actually, they're very smart, actually, and I feel like that's very unfortunate that they're going, no, ravens are just terrible. I'm like,
again, I didn't feel the popping into the window thing.
I didn't either.
Especially with the type of windows with a lot of crossbars on them, the visual window, if it was a giant-ass picture window, and the bird went, windows are not very common, so I don't know what they are mostly, because most of the ones that are common are very colored or very tiny.
Right.
So that giant window just looks like open air to me, and then you hit it, and you're like, holy shit, my world.
Unless we're really going to literally say that somehow Moloch, or whatever the crap the name of the bird is really just I am actually secretly the extension of that guy, and he's a dumbass, and so am I.
And so I am just as dumb as he is.
I also am really drunk as a result. My God, we drink so much. And I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. I look for guards because I'm a paranoid bird.
And the more you drink,
so is he.
The less paranoid I get, because I just get dizzy and drunk, and I fly into things, because
we're all so magical. Let me tell you a story about the day where he came off and he just sort of flew off the end. And I think that might have been me. But it was a thing. Us.
Can he fly? Do I fly?
Talking to us.
The bird is
yelling.
Monologuing. Okay.
Julian, I don't know what that bird is doing. I suppose that makes things easier for me, too. I clear my throat, looking him dead in the eye. You said you'd tell me your side of the story. Oh, I did! Didn't I? A clearness of me. Let me actually, maybe I'll tell you. Maybe if I don't get distracted again. And it's just
you will focus.
Right, okay. He laughs at my incredulous expression.
My expression of disbelief, going, if you don't tell me, I will absolutely dunk you in that barrel over there.
I will bite you in half. You will see.
I will tie you in a knot and shove you under the table. Carefully, so not to damage my nails.
It's very important I take care of my nails, Yes. I says, then he leans back in the booth, long limbs going every which way.
And I go,
all right,
excuse
then.
Me.
So, my story. His eye falls on a wanted poster of himself haphazardly plastered beneath the window.
Beneath a window. Look at how low those windows are.
Someone's doodled grotesque faces all over the margins. The poster is barely recognizable as him. Julian casually tears the poster loose, peering down at his own likeness.
Which has been defaced aggressively. They reused this differently.
Yeah, this is
They just
actually
changed it.
premium art.
We didn't bring... Well, no. This is when we brought his letter to him.
No, I know.
We didn't have to pay for that scene.
But I'm saying this was originally a premium scene. This was premium art. Remember?
Was it?
Yeah,
No.
I thought this was.
I know that in the prologue they had a few art pieces that weren't actually premium that had special drawings, but I don't think this was. I was just saying, but it was when you either brought him the scroll or the letter or the page, and
They've
now
just done
it's
this with something else.
Oh my god, it is a Flynn Rider
Hey,
reference.
I never get my nose right.
The people drawing the defacing don't get his nose right. Like the actual poster looks great, but the other little doodles around the side goes, no one else can draw me.
It's fine. I got it. It's fine.
And you get collarbones.
He
for
glances
days, dude.
from the graffitied poster to me. This is why also though I say he's skinny as shit. Because
Yes.
like wow, collarbone,
You're made
my
of
dude.
bones, dude.
Like dude. Rumor has it that you're investigating Lucha's murder for Countess Nadia.
The pumpkin seller is a gossip. Pumpkin bread seller is a gossip like you wouldn't believe.
Except we really didn't tell him much.
It's true, but
Like
he
that would
could've-
be like that's the thing that I'm actually curious about. Here's the rumor. Who the fuck knows?
Who's rumoring?
Right? I mean,
Especially-
then basically, like, Portia maybe... Okay, so we know that Portia is his sister. And her going, oh my god, he's here, or he could be found.
Why does
she basically runs outside and goes tells everyone, and they all spread the rumor around, and he goes, I've heard through the rumor mill, which was started by
her to try and protect him. I
Yes.
could see that.
Yeah, that would work for me.
But I was to say, you wouldn't, as a new reader, go on this. I mean, you wouldn't be brought into that.
Yeah.
However, if they explained it later, then it would be great.
That could be very
However,
interesting.
right now, I'd love to. Yeah, the rumor mill going, okay, how did that rumor mill get started?
Right.
And then have Pasha going, I need to fess up to that.
I got it.
And then you
I'm
find
not.
out.
And Julian gives me a wry smile. So it's true. I suppose I should thank you for not dragging a horde of guards into the rowdy Raven. You seem to be a good sort, Corazón, then after that reading you gave me the other night. I'm already staring death in the face. I might as well spill my guts to ya.
Because you might kill me as fast as anyone else.
I think it's you.
I honestly,
think
I
it's you.
thought my death was facing me from somewhere else, but it might be you.
It might actually be you. He sighs heavily, gazing at one of the dusty windows.
Aye.
Where do I even begin? I don't know. You can
sitting anymore?
actually tell us the story. So the biggest thing that, so it was a running kind of joke in regards to us interacting with Julian, but we
He
really
never,
did spend so
ever
much time
talked to
complaining, really, about, and I think it was valid complaints for me, but that was also because I was playing it, and I guess for some people they're like, well, I know the story, and I'm like, but the thing is that with new people, him going, I'm going to tell you the story, and then never tells you the story, I'm going to tell you the story, never tells you the story, I'm going to tell you the story, never tells you the
It
story.
just makes him look really inconstant as a character, and for me, makes that harder to be endeared to him.
Yeah, like
Again, but I don't like people who are disasters. Some people find it super charming, romantic, interesting when somebody is a disorganized disaster. Even if you go to our Lily's Garden Let's Play, you can go, the reason he and Rachel got together was because she was super organized and he was super spontaneous and disorganized.
Right.
And she went, maybe we'd get good balances for each other.
Right.
But ultimately, it didn't work out. But for me, I'm like, I can't find that romantically appealing.
Right.
Because I'm like, you don't sound safe. Or like you can help support
You
me.
don't sound stable either. Like, not even just
Rather,
safe.
stability feels like safety to me.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Socially, okay?
Hey, where do I even begin? Let's see. How much do you know about the Red Plague?
Very little.
The plague.
The plague, excuse you.
It swept through the city 3 years ago. A lot of people fell ill, including the count.
We read our notes before we came here. Thank you.
Hundreds of people. Thousands of people. It was like any disease I've ever seen before.
How many have you seen?
I'm a doctor. I'm supposed to help the sick, but all I could do is ease their passing and then watch them die.
Also going, he's not just a plague doctor now. He's a doctor.
Now he's just a generic
Like,
doctor.
are you actually just a doctor now? I'd be so excited.
It would be interesting. The bitterness in his voice silences any questions on the tip of my tongue, except for the fact
It
that
shouldn't.
I really don't. It's fine. I'm not absent-mindedly. He reaches to his stein, tossing the rest of his drink back.
Clashing himself in the face with the water glass that's inside, completely forgetting it's there.
And he goes,
It hits his nose really hard. It cracks his teeth again. He's like, shit, ow.
oh, my nose!
Damn it. Suddenly he's bleeding.
Ow.
Again, we stare at him again. He reaches for his cloak to wipe his nose. It's not there because he's stuffed it somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
We pull out an elegant hanky, put it carefully on the table, put our hands back and go, keep it.
Please.
Please.
I insist. When the Count himself fell ill, I answered the palace's call for help. I was grasping at straws by then, hoping for a miracle. And I wasn't the only one. The palace's summons attracted all types, including your master Asra.
This is great.
Asra was at the palace.
This is new. I love this.
This was actually... A few pieces clicked together in my head. Julian's presence at the shop, and Asra's words when I spoke to him in the fountain.
They got involved as workmates, and they were workmates. They were co-workers, and then they were more than co-workers. And yes,
He never told you. Sounds like Asra.
He wouldn't say, yes, I have this hot, dashing, amazing ex who's a doctor and a pirate and a scoundrel and brilliant. I mean, I say those
and also
things about
created
me.
literally his own patients. Wait.
Quiet. I'm brilliant.
Shut up! I'm perfect! Shit, I stubbed my toe.
My nose.
My nose. He and I worked together on a cure.
With a lot of other people.
We tried everything from spells to leeches, but none of them made a difference.
To leeches, to more leeches, to spells, and leeches, to spells. You know,
Ask her somewhere.
It was actually amazing working in a group of doctors. I almost included other people's minds with my own, because normally I completely work alone, and I cover all possible things, because I am Galaxy Brain, and then suddenly there was this other brain. I ignored everyone else in there. They're all shit, but I worked with Asra, because he was
really horny
and
for
I
it.
listened to him, and since I was so horny for his beautiful lily ass, I was like, I will listen to you, and we will work together. We will try spells. I will be horny for science and for curing people, because you are so hot. And Asra's like, there's literally 45 other people working here, and you don't pay attention to any of them. But you're kind of charming, and I haven't gotten tired of you yet. And you seem like you have a lot of possibility.
You have a lot of energy
in you.
Yeah.
Like you could be
also,
something.
like I was kind of interested in creating a deck, and so you are where I started.
And you know what? I'd already been working on my deck, and then this plague just sort of kicked me into high gear, and I went, you could be another lever.
That could be interesting.
You could be another type of...
Yep, there we are. No, they made a difference. He lapses into a moody silence, staring into his empty stein. What about Count Lucio? Did you really do it?
Do it. I feel like we would be like Corazón would be more formal rather than did you really do it? Let me just segue with no direction at all. We assume you know what we're talking about. I feel like it would be the and what about Count Lucio?
That's actually what I was going to... And what about Count Lucio?
Sounds great.
What about Count Lucio? Because that sounds, being like,
Sounds
again, since a
wonderful.
lot of this is about him, we're supposed to find out about his death. Here we are. Julian laughs, dry and mirthless. You mean, did I kill Count Lucio? I've asked myself the same question countless times. I've told you the truth. And if I told you the truth, would you ever believe me?
Isn't this the thing that we talk about actually in
Julian's
Rosalinka's
route?
place later in Julian's route? I wonder if they are going to change the routes to line up with this
Oh,
more.
God.
Like, I wonder if this is a big revamp for the whole thing. That'd be fascinating.
That would be really interesting, because again, it would help with some of the cohesion. And I know,
would.
again, we understand some people might find this to be really, frustrating because they're so
Disorienting
used to
the other things,
format.
especially if you've played all the routes and you've gone through essentially like the prologue many times to either double check things or to experience it differently or to do the different choices in it with your different characters. You can be like, but I'm so familiar with it being different than it is, that it feels uncomfortable and unnerving. You can go, my old worn shoe, I don't like the new ones. I have to break them in.
Right.
But again, there are a lot of things about this that I really like as far as storytelling is concerned and as far as bringing you in as a reader. As far as literature and experience of like suspension of disbelief, bringing your reader in, this is much more accessible to me.
Yes.
And some of it could be because I've read and played it before. And it would be interesting to see someone blind play this.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of it is so much more, addresses a lot of the challenges that we had and that we remember having, especially in reference to what are people's actual positions? What are we actually supposed to know and not know? Who the hell are we as an apprentice?
Right. What does this actually mean? Where are we going? What are we doing?
I love multiple people talking about how we know and can do magic, where we sound way more competent and aware. We sounded completely unaware of our entire existence before going, I don't know if I can even do spells. Maybe some, and then we would randomly do them.
I know,
This sounds
and it
way
was
better.
really, really abstract sometimes. I'd be like, and then I'm just doing spells. You're like, we were literally going off on the prologue constantly of going, I guess we just can't do anything. We're just useless and blah, blah, blah. It was really frustrating.
And then suddenly you're doing something with magic and going, what?
Is that also supposed to be then easy? I know I wouldn't, but I'll let you decide for yourself, Corazón. He staples his fingers, leaning over his long legs to finally look me in the eye.
You are so intimidating, I couldn't stare at you.
Did I murder the Count?
Well, he was
the
dying
fact that you
on his deathbed.
Right? It's also like, is that murder or is that sort of like, helping somebody die?
Is
kind
that
of thing?
euthanization? Is that manslaughter?
Right.
Is it like actually like sanctioned, death-assisted suicide?
Right? It's also like we don't have all the information anyway, and it's like, what kind of rules or laws do we have in place for what is a murder? Do we have
If they
manslaughter?
made it clear right now that he didn't remember, obviously that would set up his route very, very differently.
Yeah.
But I kind of love it.
I murder the Count.
It's also really great that we haven't published all ours.
Ah!
But that we've...
What if I told you I don't remember?
They are setting up to revamp his route. So we're going to have basically a record of his route
Yes.
in the old-fashioned, like the old format. And then eventually maybe somebody else could play it and compare it to the new format.
Right?
That could be pretty cool.
Oh, God. We're going to have to actually, So one of the things that we did is we actually paused on the route while we've been trying to edit the other stuff. We might actually need to go now and just go play it.
We might need to just barrel through it right before it gets updated. But we were pretty close
So
to the
we
end
refused
anyway.
actually the update as soon as we heard about it, and then we actually, so spoilers, this is actually a different device. So we're trying to cover our bases and also still keep our crap intact so
Yeah.
that we don't lose it.
So that we don't end up being in like a basically split between revision and non-revision.
Eh.
I was gonna say, but we haven't updated our old our old one.
Yeah.
I guess we're our original file, so we'll go from there. Anyway,
Yes. I told ya, I don't remember.
us. More.
I, what?
Corazón.
I know, just what you'd expect a slippery rogue like me to say. I don't have memory either, so honestly,
So actually,
sounds reasonable.
it could be possible.
I-
What?
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 But it's true. My memory of that night is gone. Every time I try to remember what happened that night, nothing. My heart thuds in my chest. That sounds like...
Me.
Yes, exactly. The window pane rattles ominously next to our booth, and Julian jumps up about a foot into the air.
Fling! Bong!
What was
Ow.
that? The barkeep throws an unconcerned look over his mugs.
That sounded a little weird. Just throws an unconcerned look over his mugs rather than looks that it's okay. It's
That's
fine.
right.
All right. Not loud enough to be the guards. Go back to your drinks.
But Julian still looks jumpy.
Yes.
I'm gonna go take a look. Come on. He leads me out the back door, barely distinguishable from the grimy wall, and into the alley.
I am actually ready to be done with this. In fact, just so you know, I don't want to be in the grimy bar any longer.
Too late, have to.
Yes.
I have literally no choice. It's getting cold, and the sun sets completely. Julian casts a quick glance up and down the alley. His shoulders relax, and I hit the button because
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly. Coast looks clear. I guess I've just gotten used to glancing over my shoulder. Oh shit. But his broad grin takes only a second to fade before shock takes over his features.
What do you see? Oh, it's Pasha. It's got to be Pasha.
Oh, is this where they moved
Because
it?
they moved. Because she has.
Holy
to
shit! This is where they moved it.
Portia,
Oh god!
Sorry, in the prologue. I would imagine this is it.
Yes, I turn, looking carefully over my shoulder.
There she is.
It's Portia.
It's
Half
Portia.
hidden behind some discarded boxes. Did she follow me here? But I might as well not be here at all. All of Portia's focus, the suspended disbelief in her wide eyes, is on the man beside me. When she speaks, the word that escapes her sounds different. An unused voice from the depths of her heart.
Oh.
Elia? Portia runs forward. I back into the shadowy doorway as she throws herself at the doctor.
Bunk.
Elia! Is it really you? Her shaking hands come to either side of his face.
She grabs his shirt, pulls him down, puts a hand on either side of his face. Boy!
Ah! His eyes start to shine.
Wait, his eye.
His eye. It did say his eye.
It did say his eye.
It's me. It's me?
Well, Ilya, is that really you?
Yeah.
It's me.
Oh, okay. I was like...
Is that really you?
That lost
It's
me for 2
You're
seconds.
good.
It's me.
He's saying yes.
Or you could just be like, yes.
Yeah, but he said it's me.
I'm frozen, standing silent with shock and confusion. They know each other?
It sounds interesting.
You bastard! What are you doing here out in the open? Are you trying to get yourself killed? Her fingers curl, tugging at his ears and drawing a shameful wince.
She did drag him down.
Yes, good job. You've grown up so strong, Pasha.
His nose still bleeding.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there to see it. Oh, I'll show you, Sadie. Unbelievable.
When she sees his nose bleeding everywhere and goes, somebody else already made you sorry.
Corazón, did you do this?
Did you make him sorry for me?
All the color drains from her face when her eyes meet mine. She releases Julian's ears, seizes his collar, tugging him away from the rowdy raven.
Shoink.
I'll see you later. Without further ado, Portia hauls the floundering doctor down the alley. I take a few hesitant steps after them, but the alley quickly twists off into the darkness.
Whoosh.
And it smells gross.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
am
bad.
not interested. The two of them are nowhere to be seen, and I don't know Southend very well, for some reason. But
Yep.
it's possible that I just don't know. Well, maybe it would be better to head back to the palace and talk to Portia tomorrow. It's fine. I'm sure she will have an explanation or information for me. It's fine. I turn on my heel to start making my way. I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, and thank you very much for joining us,
Oh,
guys.
dang it.
I was
That's it.
trying
Stop.
to stop you, and
All
it
right,
didn't
we've
work.
stopped.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys, and for joining us. I guess we're going to have to see what we're going to do with this guy.
Right.
Because this is new again. Holy
is.
crap. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us. Again, if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. And we appreciate you being here with us. So I have been Scandal.
And if you think somebody else would like this series and you would feel comfortable sharing it with them, please point them in our direction. We would be grateful. And I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!